Yeah, what's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? That's your boy Scott Lewis, Apartment Gaming and More, Brooklyn Nets Stoop Edition. What's good? Yo, I've been checking out the summer games, and yo, that's like playing street ball with everybody trying to actually get their contracts and get on the team. Yo, that's yo, that's rough, man. That is rough. I feel for them guys, man. They playing hard out there. Um, What you think about the summer league? It's like to me, it's like street ball. I ain't gonna lie to you. Even the referees are trying to get a spot on in the league. So it's tough, man. It's tough. But how you think the Brooklyn Nets played this so far? What you think about the Brooklyn Nets moves? Yeah, what do you think about Sean Marks' moves and his players that he picked up? I mean, it's hard to make a evaluation in a short, couple of games. It's really hard to make that evaluation. You have to actually know exactly what you're getting before you even got it. You know, you're trying to make that guess, that pick. But the players themselves are playing really hard. So you have to. You can't look at these games as wins and losses. More so looking at the individual talent of each player and try to envision how you want this team to be. They don't play every game, so it's really hard to make that evaluation based on just a couple of games. You really have to try to look at just each individual player and make that determination of whether how good they playing or what they doing. So myself and a lot of net fans are probably worried about the draft picks. But today's game against Philly was kind of crazy. So it had some people that played good and some didn't. So it doesn't affect everybody and everything. So I it's like street ball, man. Watching the summer league is like watching street ball with referees that's not even proven. So tough. It's hard. It's hard, man. It's like fouls every 2 minutes. It's like watching street ball. Totally. I mean, when you think about it, I think I'm thinking about looking at like a pickup game. It's hard, man. It's hard. But what you think about the five draft picks that the Nets picked up? You think they worthy? You think they have a chance? What's good, Leaf? What's good? Yeah, that's good, Leaf, man. Yo, this summer league is crazy, man. You can't really make a determination on the summer league. You really can't. But I'm looking at the news, and um, I gotta say something about Cam Thomas thing that was in the New York Post, where the guy said what he said about Cam Thomas. The media doesn't really kind of like be on Brooklyn Nets side about any fucking thing. They always ragging us, man. They always dogging us, man. Regardless of who we got, they looking to dog us at any given time. So it doesn't surprise me what Homeboy said about Cam Thomas. And that's pretty much how everybody thinks of him in the league, too. Well, if you ask the players in the NBA, they'll tell you they don't believe that shit. They know Cam got some skill. They tell you that. They will tell you that themselves. I mean, I don't think they saying that shit just to be saying it. They ain't getting nothing out of it. Cam ain't nobody big enough for them to be, big enough. It wasn't going to make anybody's resume bigger just by saying that Cam is a good player. He could score. And the guy want to try to, that's the New York Post. The New York Post been dogging us. They dog Brooklyn. Newsday do. Newsday do it. And the sad thing is they be in our meetings, I mean in the media room with our players asking questions, but they don't really give a shit about them. That's the point I'm trying to make. They looking to get some kind of creepy shit on them or something. It's to me it seems crazy when you think about it, but look how they did Kyrie, for example. That guy couldn't wait to ask him that question. It had nothing to do with basketball. Nothing at all. Not one thing. One question was about basketball. It was about that damn book. And he wanted to bring that shit up. It was killing him to bring that shit up. Like that was his purpose when he came up on that podium to speak to him, to ask him that question. Or in the case of Cam Thomas, they wrote in the media, in the paper, that he's not relevant, But like Cam said, if I'm so not relevant, how come I'm so much the prime target on that court? He was right about that. Man, the media can be really, it's like they smile in your face, but they looking to get you, man. But there's songs that sing about people that smile in your face. Cam just need to focus on playing ball, get his shit. The Nets don't want to sign him. That's up to them. He's going to go somewhere else and flourish. That's up to you. It's like totally up to you. You should be asking some of these rookies questions. What you worried about Cam Thomas for? If you ain't got something good to say, why would you even say anything, especially as a local paper? What are you looking for? What do you wait? What you want? Somebody to say something so you can write something? I'll say it for him. I'll say it for Cam Thomas. I'll speak to him. I'll speak for him. Fuck you. We don't need you. They might need you because you got followers. But technically speaking about it, you ain't saying nothing to build the team. You ain't saying nothing positive here. You probably don't even live in Brooklyn. People, listen, this is the Brooklyn Nets. Now, yeah, players don't have to live in Brooklyn, but damn. You're going to sit here and try to disrespect some players that because you can? That's how it is. So when somebody says something they say that you don't like, you're going to have an attitude about it too? Oh, but I can, right? I can mention that, the New York Post sit up there and talk crap about Cam Thomas. Like he said, he gets doubled. I'm going to bring up the article. Let me bring up the article. Let me bring it up. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see if I can find article where Cam had to defend his game. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. It's the New York Post. But these, I've been said that, and I know I'm telling you, like this is nothing new. This is nothing new. Yeah, here it is. Let me take a look at this article. Probably don't even want to be. Probably don't even want to be talking about Cam like that anyway. Raggedy ass paper. Raggedy shit. Nets Cam Thomas goes nuclear in a profane rant. Now he went on a rant against NBA analysts. Zach Lowe. Yeah, man, what's up with these papers attacking our players on our team, man? Constantly. What's up with that? What are you trying to do? What's your motive? Yeah, talking about his consensus say. Consensus? You say. You mean you say. Speak for yourself, man. Grow up. This is the exact reason why there's some people you just can't fuck with. You just can't get along with. You can't. They got some negative shit to say all the time. They want to stir in your shit. Talk about the Knicks. Go and talk about the Knicks, huh? You don't even have to. I don't even know who read this paper anymore. To be honest with you, there are a lot of things I don't do no more. One of them is I don't read the New York Post. So this dude got to be kidding me. And calling him a ball hog. Yeah. Sometimes people say things about you, man. Cam, you gotta leave it to people like me so I can say something. So I can handle that. You need to let me handle. You need to send me a text, a tweet, and I'll handle it. I'll talk shit about them because they need that. Sometimes they need that in their life. They ain't got nothing else better to do with talk about you being a ball hog. But you can score. And you getting doubled and tripled. You're getting doubled when you touch the ball in crunch time. Shit is crazy, man. These guys are crazy. I'm going to read a little bit. The profane pushback came after NBA retweet quote, Lowe speaking on his podcast, having said the consensus on Cam Thomas is that he's a ball hog. He's a ball hog. Okay. All right. But he could score. He can score. He can do his thing. He can do his thing. Yeah, this shit is crazy. This the paper is going to chew his ass out because they have nothing else better to do. He's a Brooklyn Net. He's not a New York Knick. He's not a New York Knick, so they gotta chew his ass out. They looking to get somebody on the Nets. They ain't gonna talk about the Knicks. I wonder why. I really wonder why. Well, like he said, like Cam said, if that's the case, then why double me? If I'm not good, why even bother? Why even bother? He's not going to hit most of his shots. He's not going to hit most of his shots. Yo, they got to be fucking kidding me. This dude, I don't even know this dude. I don't even know where this guy come from. Zach Lowe. Who the fuck is Zach Lowe anyway? Well, you know, Cam put it in an elegant way to tell you where to take that. I'm going to put it to you as Brooklyn. Fuck you and your newspaper. Literally. Fuck you and your newspaper. You shouldn't even be covering the Nets. Go some fucking where and cover something else. Don't worry about the consensus. Do something else with your life. You know, that's how I feel. Being honest with you. Oh, he works at both the Ringer, right? That's who he works for. That's where his check comes from. That's where his shit comes from. Fuck you and the Ringer too. That's how I feel. To be honest with you. So, you know, don't worry about it. Don't worry about Cam Thomas. Don't worry about the Nets. You don't really need to say anything positive. I don't even know why the owner would let you go over there and speak to him because you the media or whatever and let y'all sit up there and talk shit about his players and shit. I don't get that because if I was the owner, y'all wouldn't be doing that shit. That shit wouldn't fly with me. Apparently, you got big dogs backing you up. That's why people say what they say. That's why. I mean, he wants to get a reaction out of you. That's what he wants because it makes him relevant. See, motherfuckers like him don't be relevant. You know? They don't be relevant. They're not relevant people that talk shit about you. They need that attention. Because I don't even know this motherfucker. Zach Lowe? Zach Lowe. I don't. And who's the consensus? What do you mean by consensus? What you mean by that? But like why are we double teaming a guy who's not that good? You know, the profane pushback. Speaking on the podcast, have said that the consensus on Cam Thomas, if there is one, he's got some fans and he's got some mega distractors, detractors, but the consensus is kind of like empty calories, ball hog. Wow. That's a lot of shit to be saying about somebody. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. So, I mean, so if I was a coach and I told Cam Thomas, yo, man, I want you to jack up 20 shots a night. And then I go and look in the paper 3 months later for Mr. Zach Lowe from The Ringer, writes, or he did his podcast and sit there and said that the consensus say that you a ball hog. You know what I'm saying? You know, like you a piece of shit. But I'm doing what my team want me to do. That's supposed to be good. I'm supposed to, you know, as a fan, I'm supposed to be good with what you wrote or said on your podcast. You know, but good thing, you know, one thing I could say is this. I got a podcast. I might not have 50,000 fucking people that follow me, but fuck you, Zach. Fuck you. Fuck your podcast. Fuck your paper. I don't even read I know they talking about it in the New York Post. I don't even read the Post. I don't even buy that shit. Matter of fact, I steal that shit every time I see it to give away to somebody else. Fuck you and the fucking media and your podcast. That's how I feel. That's the consensus around Brooklyn. That's the consensus in Brooklyn. If I was a Brooklyn fan, I wouldn't watch your shit even if you paid me to. You know, I keep names and numbers and the shit that people do shit. I didn't forget that shit with the New York Newsday that did to fucking Kyrie. I didn't forget that shit. I didn't forget who brought that shit up. I ain't forget the mayor who sat there and said that time, no fucking, the dude that used to be Brooklyn Borough president, whatever his name, Adams or whatever the fuck he is. I ain't forget him say the shit ain't fair, but that when we had COVID players come and play in our fucking stadium, but Kyrie can't. I ain't forget that shit neither. I keep fucking names and tickets on motherfuckers. That's what I do. That's what most Brooklyn people do. That's what we should be doing. Keeping a fucking ticket on motherfuckers so you could just go, yep. I remember, you know, 2 years ago when you did this. Well, you think I forgot? That's what people need to do from Brooklyn. I keep tickets on people. So I keep tickets on the mayor. So if you think I'm voting for him or encouraged to vote for his ass after what you did, what you think gonna happen? What you think I'm gonna do? Because you probably, you know, like I said, his big ass podcast that he got, he's doing his own thing. He's doing his own thing. So, fuck him. Fuck him and his fucking paper. Fuck him and his podcast. He's sitting up there talking shit about Cam being the consensus. The consensus. Amongst your peers. That's what you mean. I can believe that. Because your peers be on some shit too. Your peers are on some shit too. I know exactly what his peers and the consensus come from. I know what he meant by that shit. The consensus. I know exactly what he meant. The people he talked to and the people he be around. The consensus is that Cam Thomas is a ball hog. That was the consensus that this motherfucker came up with. What podcast do he have? I mean, you know, this paper. Well, let me see what. Because I don't like to give this motherfucker no credit, none whatsoever. I'm trying to find out what. Let me see this right here. I'm gonna bring it up closer so I can see it. Let's see. The consensus. That's Cam. Oh, he got some fans. Then he talked about his fans. He talked about he got some fans. And he got some but the consensus is kind of like empty calories. Wow. And then the New York Post, well, that's what it's on. They the ones that create the narrative that he went on a rant. Like that shit is like he said some fucked up shit. But like I said, Cam, you ain't got to really say that. You could just, kind of like lean to your fans. And I'm a fan. I'm gonna tell you, I'm a fan of Cam Thomas. Fuck you, Zach. Fuck your consensus. Fuck the people you went to for the consensus. Fuck your people that you have lunch with or dinner with. Fuck you and that motherfucking podcast you got that I never seen. I couldn't care less. That's the consensus in Brooklyn. Well, fuck that. And I don't even say that about Brooklyn. That's the consensus from me. I could stand up for myself. I don't need nobody else to tell me that. To speak for me. You can keep that consensus and take it with you. It just so happened the consensus is he's the leading scorer on the Brooklyn Nets. And he gonna be probably the leading scorer again this year, for sure. I know you don't think it's gonna be Danny Wolf or Igor. I guess the consensus tell you that too. Yo, he got a lot of nerves, man. These motherfuckers got a lot of nerves, boy. They got a lot of nerves to be talking shit. Yo, the media is really fucked up. People in the media really fucked up. It don't even stop at basketball. It goes. It's like a universal thing. When you look at it, you can't trust anything coming. People have hidden agendas. These people have hidden agendas. They have their own bias because they people. That doesn't make that shit right. That shit doesn't make it right to be talking shit about him in that way, the consensus. Ain't nobody say, he got fans, he's on a team. There's people that like his game. I don't know what you're talking about. I have no clue what Zach Lowe is talking about. But you went kind of low with that one. And then I know the paper is going to kind of back you up when motherfucker put you in check. I knew that. I knew that paper, especially the Post, especially the New York Post, especially that raggedy ass paper, the Post, especially that. Well, I just went on a rant so I can just talk shit about. I did what Cam Thomas did. So, but you going to sit up there and talk shit about me too? Got a lot of fucking nerves, man. Got a lot of nerves for a guy that can score the way he can score. Got a lot of shit with yourselves. But I know why. I mean, I should tell you why you said what you said, so you can get the reaction you got. But like I said, I keep tickets. I keep tickets on motherfuckers. That's why, you just like that guy that asked Kyrie that question from the New York Post. I mean, from the Newsday. You just like him. If I was the owner, I wouldn't even. I don't want you fucking asking my players shit. I know the league don't like it, but I wouldn't want you to ask my players shit. Nothing. I would ask you not to even talk about them if you don't mind, because if it ain't doing you no good, you ain't got nothing good to say. Go down, kick the can across the bridge to the Knicks. Go to the Knicks and talk shit. They're gonna have some stories for you to talk about. They got some deep stories over there. You can go over there. They got some shit for you to. Oh, you don't want to fuck with them. Oh, want to fuck with the Nets. Got a lot of shit with yourself. Yeah, a lot of people got a lot of shit with themselves in this city. That money must be good. That money must be good. The money must be good. So, all right, it's cool. Y'all can talk shit about Cam. That's no problem. Y'all can talk shit about him. That don't bother me. It don't bother me as much as you think it do. I just had to check you because I don't even know why you would even say the consensus. Just say that you saying it. That's all. Be a man and say that shit. If you're gonna talk shit about Cam Thomas, be a man about it. Don't be a little fucking boy. Don't be a little boy. Boy. So, yeah. 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 So next story I want to talk about. Oh, Sean Marks. Yeah. And what's up with Sean, man? What's up with Sean Marks not fucking signing Cam Thomas, man? What's that shit about? What he got against Cam Thomas to sign him? But being said, I think I personally think they will sign him. And if I was Cam Thomas, I would take whatever I could get because this is these teams are real fucking. You see what they doing to Jonathan Kaminga, and he played well. I mean, I ain't saying he's no Michael Jordan. I ain't saying nobody's this all-star that's asking for $40 million a year. But what I'm saying is he do deserve some kind of contract. So that's all I'm saying. And I know you don't want this shit to be lingering around Sean Marks with the season going, regardless if we in rebuild or not. You don't want this shit lingering. That's the part I don't understand. Is why would you have this lingering? So, but other than that, I think that Sean should sign you, give you give you your props. You just hang in there, Cam. Hang in there, Cam. You get yours. You get yours. I just hope everything works out. I just hope that you stay with the Nets. I would like you to be here, with this rebuild. But the way these GMs are, man, I don't know, man. I just don't. I can't figure out why they can't just make some reasonable offer. I'm not asking. You gave Cam Johnson $100 million. You gave him $100 million. I mean, I'm not saying that Cam Thomas deserves $100 million, but hey, he deserves some stability. 2 or 3 years, 3-year contract. 3 years ain't gonna hurt you. 18, 19. I'll take 18, 19. I think Cam would take it too. I know he would ask his agent would ask for more. The key is that you want to keep your young talent. And he's 23 years old, so he's right in his prime. You gotta be making a run sooner or later. You can't just stay in rebuild mode for the next 5 years. That's not gonna work in Brooklyn. That's not gonna work in Brooklyn. 5 years, a 5-year rebuild in Brooklyn is not gonna work. Oh, and I hate to, talk shit about the New York Post, but that being said, you making a narrative that he went ballistic. That's just called checking mode. That's just called checking somebody. That's a Brooklyn thing. You check people when they talk shit about you. You don't need nobody to talk negative about you, and especially if it ain't true. You ain't a ball. And the consensus. The consensus is amongst other players is you better guard this dude. You better guard him. That's the consensus. That's the true consensus. You better have a man on him in the last 10 minutes and 15 minutes in the game. Or you're going to have a problem. That's the consensus. So, if you want to talk about consensus, this shit is crazy, man. I can't, other than that, I can't wait for the season. I can't wait for the season to start. I can't wait for the team to get built together, see how it looks, see who Sean Marks is going to keep. I honestly think that Sean did some decent picks. I mean, they're young guys, man. What you expect? You can't expect them to be this superstar. They're not the first pick in the NBA draft. You can't put no expectations on them. We had the 8th pick. We have to live with it. I mean, the dude might come out. He might be good. It might work. It might work. He did pick Cam Thomas. So, and to me, it worked. I mean, he's one of the premier scorers, regardless of what our team record is in the league. So, I ain't going to stay on here too long because I got things to do, parties to go to. The city never sleep. Brooklyn never sleep. You know the deal. Yeah, I know the deal. Other than that, it's been fun watching the Summer League games. So, and I've been keeping up with my fellow Net fans. Been keeping up with your media and the different podcasts, people talking in different podcasts about the Brooklyn Nets. I want to shout out Big Breezy, Nets Kingdom. If I leave somebody out, I'm just saying it's not because I don't pay your attention. I pay attention to everybody that talk about the Nets. So I really do. I got Leaf. I got Iceman with his show on TikTok. I mean, there's people I can go on and on. There's mad people. I got John on X, who I pay attention to. And there's a lot of people I pay attention to. So we need to stick together. I just don't let nobody talk shit about our players, man, because it doesn't make sense. Because he probably a Knick fan. This fucking dude is probably a Knick fan. This is what a Knick fan does. This is what a Knick fan. I guarantee you, he's not a Net fan. I guarantee you, he's not. I bet you all the money in the world, he's not a Net fan. I got $5. That boy is not a Net fan. How about that? I got $5 and I would apologize if he's a Net fan. But I know he's not a Net fan. Not talking that shit. Not talking that bullshit. He can't be a Net fan. He can't be. Can't be. He is not. That dude, Zach Lowe, is not a Net fan. I'm telling you. He probably, now I hate to say it, I don't want to say for sure he's a Knick fan, but that sounds like some shit that a Knick fan would say. And I can't even understand why anybody would talk shit about your leading scorer on your team, even if he was a Net fan, which he's not. I just know it. He wouldn't say that shit. You got to remember, he said it on his podcast. So I just wanted to get on my and get my soliloquy out and tell you exactly how I felt. That's all. That's the real reason why I got on right now. Because I really was trying to enjoy my vacation, but when I read that shit, all that shit went out the window. I was like, what the fuck is he talking about? The consensus. All right. I just wanted to get that shit out. I just wanted to get it off. I ain't going to stay on too long. But I might come back on later on, especially if I get some people to come on with me. But if not, y'all enjoy your weekend, everybody. Peace out. Peace and love to Cam Thomas. Got a lot of love for you, boy. Keep your head up. Play the game right, and the game will play you right. Later. Peace, everybody. Peace.